University of Missouri Healthcare knows you've got better places to be than in a hospital. That's where our world-class technology and highly skilled medical team come in. We get you home sooner. That's important to you and those who wait for you.
Rufus, guess who's home?
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, May the 3rd. And JOAN STACK is with us today from the State Historical Society. We've got a lot of interesting things to talk about. Welcome back to Radio Friends, JOAN. You specifically want to talk about the 1942 Thomas Hart Benton's Year of Peril. Right?
Yes, this is a big, important exhibit at the State Historical Society of Missouri. We are showing all of our propaganda paintings created by Thomas Hart Benton in 1942. It is the 70th anniversary of the creation of these paintings.
Okay, so and you're calling them propaganda paintings.
Yes, and he called them that. He did them very quickly, right after Pearl Harbor, and they express a certain intensity of emotion. There is anxiety in these paintings, there's fear. There are some things that maybe we're not too proud of, images that exploit racial stereotypes, especially against the Japanese, but they are powerful. They reflect the intensity of emotion during this time, so they are part of our history. And Benton shows an extraordinary amount of imagination. He really creates a nightmare series of images. For him, I think, he wanted people to realize the horror of war so that we could avoid it in the future, but also to rally people to quickly put an end to this war. In other words, they're not gung-ho, what a great time war is.
But sometimes war is glamorized.
Yes,
How
right.
can you glamorize war when
Yeah.
people are dying, people are suffering, people are killing each other?
Yeah.
So how many paintings did he do?
There are 8 of these war paintings, and we have all 8 of them on display.
And are they're very large?
There are some that are very large. There are some that are floor to ceiling in the gallery of the State Historical Society. So people will walk into the gallery, and I think that it may even take their breath away. Some of these,
it's kind of the wow factor.
Yeah, and these were originally shown in New York City, right in the spring of 1942. So again, imagine the war has just started as far as the Americans are concerned, and you're seeing these images that reflect the horrible things that are happening during the war, and it's really, I think, reflective of the way people were feeling at the time.
Now, I want you to do this. I want you to go to kbia.org, click on Talk Shows, then click on Radio Friends, and watch this segment because we're showing you some of these pictures. And JOAN, the first one that's up right now, what is this?
This one shows a man drowning in the ocean. You see the ship behind him sinking. He's probably a soldier whose ship has been torpedoed, and there's obviously been an oil leak from the ship that has allowed the ocean to catch on fire.
Right.
So it really is a nightmarish image.
Okay. Now, the next one is a pretty powerful one also.
Yeah, this
Look
one
at this.
is called Again, and it shows the Axis powers that fought the United States, the Germans, Japanese, and the Italians, who are participating in a second crucifixion of Christ. And also there's a Nazi plane above them that is attacking Christ as well. The idea here is that Christ is a symbol of peace. Benton explicitly connects him with peace, not only Christianity, but also the whole concept of peace, the Prince of Peace, that is being destroyed by these Axis powers.
That's a pretty powerful one. Danny, go to the one on the this one right here.
This one was actually recently published in Newsweek magazine. This just represents some airplanes that have been shot down, a scene that probably happened quite often
Yeah.
during World War II.
Okay, and then the next one?
And this one is also symbolic. This is called the sowers, and it represents a kind of monstrous figure sowing the seeds of death. So
Right.
he's sowing skulls into the ground.
As I said, go to kbia.org and then click on Radio Friends. Take a look at these pictures because, and obviously showing them like this is not doing justice, is what you will see when you come to
Yeah.
the State Historical Society. A couple of other pictures.
Yeah, these are two images again of the horror of war, the death. As you pointed out, Benton is not celebrating war. He's not showing the heroic aspect of it. He's showing us the carnage, which
Right.
would have been quite frightening, I think, to people at the time. What we have done as well as show the Benton paintings, we have also included some examples of other propaganda that was produced during the time, some editorial cartoons and some war posters by Ben Shawn, another important artist of the period, so that people can see that 1942 was actually a year of a great deal of fear and anxiety in America.
Oh,
It
yeah.
changed later on as it looked like the United States would probably win the war, so you begin to see more optimistic images in the propaganda. But this particular year, it was quite a frightening year for Americans.
Here's one more picture
Yeah.
that I want to show.
This is one of the giant ones. This is the one that goes floor to ceiling. Very disturbing, but again, incredibly imaginative and powerful.
Is
Though-
it called Exterminate?
Exterminate. And Benton, I think, even realized that this image was quite horrific, showing the American soldier disemboweling this monstrous figure that represents the Japanese and the Germans behind them, which is fairly disturbing because of the racial stereotypes. But he said that in war, we become monsters. So in a way, he shows the American becoming a monster because of the monstrous nature of war. So.
And obviously, different people looking at each one of these paintings are going to interpret it in their own way.
And I think the point is, as we go to see these are not, they're beautiful, I guess, in terms of the color and the line, but they are not beautiful scenes.
Right.
They are scenes that help us to understand our history.
Okay. It's 1942, Thomas Hart Benton's Year of Peril, and it will be up
until September of next year, but I do want to...
Till September of next year?
Oh, sorry, up until September.
Of this
I'm thinking of the
okay.
school semester. Yes,
Okay.
up until next semester.
It'll
in
be up
September.
until September of 2012, so
That's
this
right.
year. Okay.
That's right, sorry. And we are having a great event on May 5th where we will actually be playing portions of a 3-hour interview with Benton that was recorded in 1962. We're going to play about 7 audio clips, and people will get to hear what Benton has to say about his philosophy of art in his own words.
That'll be this Saturday.
Well, no, this will be May 5th.
That'll be this Saturday.
Yes, that's right.
the-
1:30 to 3 in the main gallery at the State Historical Society.
All right. Joan, thank you so much for coming by. Pleasure having you
Yes.
here, even though some of those pictures were a little disturbing to look at.
Yes.
I appreciate it. I appreciate what you're doing. Our program directed by Travis McMillan of the Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers from KBIA. Our floor director is Danny Madison, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. Take a look at this program online, kbia.org. Click on Talk Shows and Radio Friends, and you'll see what we're talking about. We will see you tomorrow. Larry Brown will be with us. Bye-bye.